Hello and welcome to the Arden Hotel and Spa Resort in Birmingham. It's not called that. I'll put exactly what it's called just here on the screen, but it's just outside of Birmingham Airport. But more importantly for us today, and when I say us, I mean me and Chris just there. It's just outside of Resorts World, and that's where we're going today, because as you might have gathered by the title and the thumbnail of this video, we are going to Monday Night Raw. I've been a wrestling fan for around about 25 years or so, and I am so excited. Chris, on the other hand, is not a wrestling fan. She never has been, and she just puts up with it for me. So, yeah, I've lost my train of thought, because as you might be able to tell, my glasses are steaming up. It is roasting in this room. I'll give you a very, very quick room tour, but then we've got to go. So, with that being said, I'd like to welcome you to this extremely quick room tour of the Arden Club. Club? I'm calling it a club now. It's a hotel. It's like
Hotel and Leisure Centre.
Yeah, it's got so many names. If you're wondering why it's just gone dark, it's because Chris has just decided to close the curtains. And now she's going to open them again. Morning, everybody, from... So, where do we start? Well, right here, I suppose. It's just basically got everything that you would need. We're only here for a night, but it's got no air conditioning. And today is really warm. It's around about 25 or 26 degrees or something like that. So, by the UK standards, that is absolutely boiling, especially when you've got no aircon in your room. But that brings an end to the tour. I suppose now we need to go and get some fresh air, because I'm just going to end up sweating to death, and that's not a good video, is it? Oh my god, it's so much cooler out here. It's just really nice. There's nothing more I can say, really. It's just boiling in that room. Right, so I'm looking a little bit windswept at the moment, and that's because I am. To get to Resorts World from our hotel, which is just behind me, you have to walk along this very busy road. The sun is behind me at the moment, so you might not be able to see me, but we've got it on good authority. Basically, the hotel receptionist told us to walk this way. Don't start singing Aerosmith, because I'll be done for copyright otherwise. But no, we were told to basically come out the hotel, turn left, and carry on walking until you can't walk anymore, and that's exactly what we're doing. Just a word of warning, if you are in the Birmingham area and you're in this hotel and you're coming to Resorts World for whatever reason, this path is very scary, to be fair. This road, I imagine, can get quite busy, but we're here, I think. I mean, to be fair, that was pretty easy, but that was quite terrifying in the moment, wasn't it? Was you scared?
No.
Oh, no, just me then. So we've just finished up in Five Guys, which it wasn't anything to shout home about, to be honest. Far too nervous to talk to this camera in public. Yeah.
I guess you are right.
Oh my God, and just like that, we're back in the room. This video isn't going to finish here, though. I was going to give you my thoughts and feelings and opinions on everything. I kind of wanted this video to turn into is a WWE show worth it in 2025? I need to gather my thoughts first, because that was almost overwhelming, that was. It's been about 6 or so years. No, it's been less than that, about 4 years since I've been last, but we had a really good experience tonight, and like I said, I just want to gather my thoughts, and I will tell you all about everything that's just happened, and I'll show you certain things in just a second, but for now, I'm going to bed. Oh, right, it's a few days later, and I'm here to summarise what we have experienced. First of all, is it worth going to a wrestling show in 2025, or more in particular, a WWE show in 2025? And my answer is absolutely, positively, yes, it is. You should go if you can. I did feel quite lucky to go, and I felt like I was part of something in that arena, and I think that's just a personal point of view, because anytime I do surround myself with other wrestling fans, I do feel part of something, and it's nice, and I haven't felt like I've been part of something for quite a while. But being in that arena on Monday night, it really gave me that sense of belonging almost. That sounds quite sad, doesn't it? The production value, everything from the lighting, the pyro, you know, all of that stuff, it was all well rehearsed. You could tell that these people who were in charge of putting the show on, you know, whether it be the wrestlers or the ring crew or whoever it was, they all had a particular role to play in this big, massive production, and it went really quick, to be honest, but it was also really seamless, and it was really interesting for me to see bits that you don't usually see on the TV, like tiny little things, like when they changed the ring mats, when they changed the ring aprons, like they taped Main Event, which is another WWE show, right before Raw went live on Netflix, and it was just really interesting to watch. And the whole show was just, like I said, it was seamless, it was effortless, and you know, it was like I've genuinely got no complaints. I've got no apart from the ticket prices, which again we'll get to in just a little bit. But before we do talk about the tickets, there's a couple of other things that I want to talk about. First of all, the seats that we had. We sat just behind the hard camera. Yes, I did come back on Tuesday and watch the Netflix broadcast, or I ran through it anyway. I didn't need to watch all of it because I was literally there the night before, but I wanted to see whether the cameras would pick us up at all. They've got a drone that flies around the arena now, and I wanted to see if we could be spotted somewhere, and it turns out that there was a camera right behind us, and yeah, this is where we were, just to give you an idea of where we were sat. And I didn't notice that camera right behind us, to be honest. But yeah, we can now officially say that we've been part of a Netflix live TV broadcast for at least 20 seconds. Well, the back of our heads anyway, but the seats were really good. The footage that I've already showed you in this video doesn't actually do what I could actually see any justice. Like, I could see like things a lot closer up than what it looked like through the footage that my phone was capturing. It's not really too big of an arena. Wherever you were sat, you could see pretty well. And yeah, I just couldn't complain about anything really. Moving on to the hotel, and I did get confused a little bit earlier on in the video with what this hotel was called. The official name of it is the Arden Hotel and Leisure Club. We paid £58 for just the night there. That didn't include breakfast, but it did include parking, which I found was quite good. That's quite a bonus if you ask me. Usually you have to pay for parking, don't you, when you go to hotels, but this had parking included. Now, if you compare that £58 to the price of another hotel, which was closer to the arena, like a stone's throw away from the arena, you were looking at around about £120 to stay somewhere much closer. It basically worked out that for an extra 10-minute walk, sort of there and back, you know, from the hotel to the arena and back, it saved us around about 60 quid roughly, and you can't say fairer than that, can you? And like I said, parking was included, but It really was just around the corner as well. Like, the location of this hotel is really convenient for the Resorts World Arena. Well, it's BP Pulse Live now, isn't it? You know, I'm just going to refer to it as the arena from this point on, because it's been called, I think it was the NEC, then it was the LG Arena, then it's been the Genting Arena, then it was Resorts World, and now it's BP Pulse Live. So I'm just going to refer to it as the arena. But the hotel is also convenient for Birmingham Airport. Like, if we ever needed to fly from Birmingham Airport, I think we would stay there again if we needed like an overnight stay. It's so convenient, and it's, you know, it's in walking distance of being able to get to the airport, basically. The only downside was the aircon. There was no aircon in there, and it was really stuffy in the room that we were in. It wasn't very nice. It was roasting in that room. But again, £58 for one night with parking. It's not too bad, is it? And for a bank holiday Monday night as well. Now, some of the bad parts for us personally was the food selection there. There was a lot of restaurants around BP Pulse Live in the Resorts World sort of complex. We actually settled on Five Guys in the end, though, and I've got to be honest, it's not been... it wasn't the best experience, basically. When we got our food, as we turned around to go and sit down, all of the free tables all had rubbish on them. It was just a filthy environment, and it's probably something to do with the fact that this was the bin. Everybody just seemed to be slacking, and you couldn't put your dirty rubbish anywhere, so we just had to leave it on the table, and it was just not great. The food wasn't too bad, don't get me wrong, but it just seemed dirty. I can't end this video though without talking about the ticket prices. Oh my God, the ticket prices at the moment are ridiculous. I love the WWE. I always have done. I've been a fan for 25 years, but ever since they've been taken over by TKO, and ever since they've gone onto Netflix, and they've got, you know, all of this like exposure like around the world, and they've become this like super like juggernaut of a promotion, the ticket prices are stupid. Before Roman Reigns was announced for this show, right, tickets were around about £240 each. That is an absurd amount of money. It is ridiculous. Now, Roman Reigns was then announced for the show, and I remember looking at the time and thinking to myself, tickets are going to shoot right up, and I wasn't wrong, because they then went to around about 350 quid, roughly, each. And it is just a crazy, crazy amount of money. And even me, liking wrestling as much as I do, I wouldn't have paid for that. Around about a week and a half before the show, tickets reduced to around about £100 or so each. And we basically paid £115 each. It's still, altogether, I think it came to about £240 for both of us. But it's, even then, it's just like £115 each, like for a ticket. It's still loads of money. It just is, and I don't know, if it would have been any more, if it would have been, I don't know, 150 or maybe £200 each, like, I would have been watching it on Netflix, basically thinking to myself, oh my God, I should have been there. But luckily, we managed to make it work, and I'm so glad that we've managed to make it work. I felt really lucky to be there, and I'm glad I was there, because life for us has been quite difficult at the moment, and I don't know why I'm putting this in this video, but I've particularly been struggling since we've come back from Florida, and we've had some really good moments, but there's also been other times where times haven't been so good. And I suppose really that's why I was glad to be in the arena. It was just nice to be distracted a little bit. It was a nice distraction. It was a healthy distraction. And even though Chris isn't a wrestling fan, like, I think she still enjoyed it as well. And I keep joking with her and telling her that I want to go to WrestleMania, but if the ticket prices from Raw on Monday are anything to go by, God knows what the WrestleMania ticket prices are going to be like. But anyway, I was just really thankful that I was able to be part of something that I have loved for the last 25 years. I wasn't really part of it, was I? I was just in the crowd, but you know what I mean. Like I said, it was a healthy distraction, and I would do it all over again if I could. That being said, they're in Cardiff tonight. You reckon Chris will appreciate if I just went there? I can't afford it, so probably not. So let's get that thought straight out of my head and move on to the very last part of this video, because I was even more thankful that CM Punk was there. CM Punk has always been one of my favourite wrestlers, and it was so just absolutely unforgettable. It was such a memory to be able to be part of that arena who was singing Cult of Personality as he made his entrance. It was just, it was great. And that's what I want to leave you with for now. And I've got nothing else to say other than thank you for watching if you've gotten this far. And I'll see you very soon.